Wow, so it's 5 o'clock on Friday. Do you remember last Friday when I was dying to go out and I was kind of struggling with the idea of being in and that whole fear and terror of being in the house of my own? Well, I'm not in the house of my own, and it's Friday again. How quickly are the weeks going? It's the 1st of March already today. Anyway, I vowed not to jabber on as much. I noticed that a few of you thought that I was going on a bit too much last night, and I don't blame you. Really, I don't blame you. I was a little hyperactive, even in the editing. I was thinking I need to cut some of this nonsense out. But I've had Friday is my day with the girls, so it's my homeschooling day. So we went out to see an exhibition. Mad exhibition at the Royal Academy, Bill Viola, very good. I'd recommend you go and see it. And then we went to see a movie that we're going to review for the channel. And the movie reviews with the girls are about them structuring arguments and analysis and thinking about stories and characters and characterization. So, you know, film watching can be a very passive experience, but the idea with the film reviews with the girls specifically is that it's a non-passive experience, but an active one. So it's Friday night is coming in. Nadia isn't back yet. I think she's had a bit of a jolly with some of her loose women chums. Curious to know if she snuck a little drink in. Not that I'd mind either way, but I know that she'd feel a sense of failure. God knows what tonight's going to bring. Maddie's off to drama class. Kiki's on the phone to her friends. It's another weekend. Nanny Di's coming. I'm going to take advantage of having maybe 20 minutes to chill out, chillax, and read my book. So
this is home time.
Yeah,
outside the home. We haven't
just
gone in yet because as soon as we get in, there'll be dogs, there'll be kids.
I've been in and I've said hello to everyone.
I haven't said hello to anyone.
But I did say hello to everyone and said I wonder how Nadia will have coped with. It's day 60 today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Day 60 of no drinking. I've just been out with the loose women and for a Friday loose lunch, and I didn't have a single drop.
Was it hard?
It wasn't hard, but I would have liked it more if I'd had a drink.
Right.
But now I haven't had a drink, I'm really, really glad. Because I go into Friday evening fresh-headed, I won't be a bit woozy, I won't be half asleep.
Can I just ask, does one want to go into Friday night not woozy?
I don't like that
I'd quite like to go into Friday night a bit woozy.
I don't like that feeling of having had a few glasses of wine on Friday lunchtime and then for the shit feeling in the evening.
Yeah, not a shit feeling, I suppose, just a little bit woozy. I mean, I don't think wine suits me. I think we're almost programmed not to be able to not indulge on a Friday. I'm not as bad as I was last week when I came in and no one was here. You were out, the girls were out. But I do think, what's the point of a Friday night if you can't have a bit of fun?
But you see, I would question that fun is just with alcohol.
Well, I don't obviously.
We do have fun.
No, but do we? I mean, we have fun outside of it. But I mean, on a Friday night,
had a glass of wine, would I be having any more fun than if I didn't?
No, I agree. But if we were both having a glass of wine, we'd be having a right old laugh.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. We'd probably flop on the sofa. We'd think, sod that, sod this. We'd get the girls to get themselves to the drama class. We'd watch a bit of telly. We'd probably have a bit of a dance, have a bit of a kiss.
Shut up, because now you're really making me want us to both have a bottle of wine.
I want to drink. I want to relapse. I want to just go in and cane it. Let's cane it and dance all night.
I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe for me, I've just got bored of having a drink on my own, which is good. Yours not stopping drinking. Because let's face it, Mark, as you get older in life, it is better to cut out alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
I've lost 11 pounds now, or 10 pounds or whatever.
I think I might have found it down the back of the sofa.
And you know, it's been really hard. I've been trying ever since my menopause to lose 10 pounds. It's been bloody impossible. And now I've lost it by giving up alcohol. And that's going to elongate my life, you know. I'm going to reduce my risks of breast cancer. I'm going to reduce all these risks. Diabetes, I know it's boring, I know it's dull, but at some point I've got to grow up and go, I have had a wild, wonderful life where I've overindulged in food, in drink, in everything, much more than a lot of people would have done, and now my body needs a break.
I understand on an intellectual level why one needs to grow up. I don't have a problem understanding that.
I don't like it.
I do have a sort of fundamental, spiritually existential problem with the idea of, you know, I've got to do it in order to live longer and live healthier. But aren't we alive precisely to have a sort of bacchanalian sort of fun? You know, where you sort of drink and you, not to excess all the time, but
I don't think we're put on earth to drink. No,
not to drink, but to have a laugh, to have
Yeah,
to have
but
fun.
You keep associating the way you have a laugh and the way you have fun is to
Because it's
have
Friday.
a drink.
It's because it's Friday. I always do
No,
on a
don't
Friday.
drag me into it because I'm not agreeing.
I always do on a Friday. I always think the only way you can have fun on a
Listen,
Friday is
I've
getting
just gone for a
absolutely
boozy lunch
rat-ass.
and not had a bloody drink, so don't...
Day
don't-
60, high five. Oh, well done. Very impressed. I was looking forward to you coming home tonight. I was thinking, I'm not going to irritate you tonight.
Oh, God.
Because I think I not only irritated you, I think I irritated all of our subs last night.
It was a bit exhausting.
You know what?
And then I have to watch it all over again.
You don't have to watch it.
Well, I do, because I like to answer what people
You
are
don't
saying.
have to watch it when you answer
If
people.
I haven't watched it, I don't know what I'm answering to.
True.
So I watch them, and I have the film running, and then I run through all the comments, and I answer the comments as I go along.
I answered a few as well. Here's the thing, and I've said it many times before, but I don't know how many times I said it on the vlog. You can all walk out of the room and leave me. I can't. I can't leave me. I can't
Well,
get
that's
out
not
of
actually
here. I can't get out of
true,
this
Mark,
head.
because wherever I go, you follow me. You've got to admit it. And since you've had this sodding open plan room, there's nowhere to go.
That's not true. You go upstairs a hell
I
of a
really
lot.
want a she shed.
I try and sleep in a different room.
I want a
Hang on minute,
she
how did we
shed.
get to a she shed when I
I
didn't?
want a she
I
shed.
didn't get a he shed.
You've got your own room.
You've got your wardrobe. Go in
Mark.
there. You've got our bedroom.
Mark.
You've got our bedroom and your she.
Right, I'm going in. I've got Stacey's book. Found that in my dressing room today. Happily Imperfect. I look forward to reading.
She's got such a kind face, hasn't she?
She has. She's kind.
She's got a very kind
She's actually
face.
incredibly kind.
Well, I can see that because she's got a kind face. Kind face, kind heart, kind soul, kind face.
He loves Stacey.
I've never met her, but I love her.
I'm going in now.
I love her more than you.
State of this car. Show them.
Yeah,
show
that's
them,
your
show
shit.
them
That's
my
your shit
footwear.
down there. This is my cream and my tip. Oh, look. I can't see your jugs, but I can have you on a jug.
Haha.
Oh, there they are.
Boom.
Boom, boom. They're big back then, weren't they? Were you pregnant?
Aren't you choose to have bigger boobs?
Did you? You did. I seem to remember being drawn to those.
No, you were not. You're not into big boobs. You've always said that.
Well, I am. I'm into boobs.
Um.
I like boobies.
Yeah, today I was listening because subs I go on the tube, like on the train now into work.
Yeah, we know
And
you
I've
left
given
the
my-
flies undone.
I've given myself the discipline now because what I was tending to do was just sort of scroll around on my phone. So the first masterclass I listened to was all about phone addiction, which was quite interesting.
Oh, I heard bits of that. That did sound interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. Oh, I listened to another one. I can't remember what the other one was the other day, but today I listened to a masterclass about gratitude and it was really interesting. And because you know how you were saying, oh, but I just don't, so many people struggle, myself included, with this whole gratitude thing. Now, I am a naturally happier person, say, than you are. I'm a naturally more positive person than you are, and they talk about that on this masterclass. And there was loads, and I want you to listen to the whole thing. But there was one line that I thought was really good, and it said, if you think of your brain, and if you think of whether you're Velcro, what we tend to do is, with negativity,
I said you were
our brain
Velcro
is
Franks the
Velcro.
other
I know,
day.
that's what I thought. Negativity, Velcro, positivity, Teflon. So, for instance, you have a fight with somebody and you could probably remember it 30 years down the line. But the simple smile, a kindness, a moment. You forget. So the whole thing about gratitude, and it is a discipline. She said it's not, because she said the thing is, people will say, oh, just be grateful for what you've got. Just be happy for what you've got. She said it doesn't actually work like that. It is an exercise that you have to do to retrain your brain. It's actually very difficult to have proper gratitude, yeah. And because it was funny, because we had the Speakmans on the show the other day, and I didn't have time to ask them about a gratitude list, because I always really get confused with gratitude lists, because I think, can you say every day, oh, I'm grateful for my husband, I'm grateful for my kids, I'm grateful for my... So it was quite good. And she said to do this exercise, and I thought you and I could do it, where you alternate. So you say, you go from 10 down to 1, 10 things you're grateful for. You've got to say something like, and she said, don't try and be too fancy with it, but just explore it a little more. So you say, you know, I love the sun, I love the feeling it of on my body. This morning I was cold and now I feel warm.
That wouldn't be one of mine, though.
Something like that.
Yeah, because I hate the sun.
9, my dog Chi-Chi, because she's always there to smile at me when I come through the door. 8, the fact that I went to the fridge and there was tea, there was milk in the fridge. She said, because we have so much. She said, if you just look what's right in front of you at those small things, and it becomes just a pattern. So she said, you know, the clothes that you wear, think of all the, you know, somebody made this for you, somebody gathered the wool, somebody knitted it, so it's just looking at the simplest things, and to do 10 every single day.
Mine is that you've got a fine pair of jugs.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And you're on a mug. Your jugs are on my mug.
But she said there's something in sharing it with somebody and saying it out loud to somebody else and then coming back to it. She said it's fine to do it to yourself as well. If you're not with somebody, just do it for yourself. This gratitude exercise is the cornerstone to changing yourself from a negative to a positive person.
Do you think people are slightly invested in being negative?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
She talks about that. I think absolutely. She said some people are born more negative.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's it. Some it's circumstance. So, like for you, you had a difficult, chaotic childhood, and that bred something in you. So you go to negativity a lot, a lot.
I mean, like today, for example, I had a really curiously varied experience day with the girls. One of real sort of obviously lightheartedness and silliness and brevity and fun. And then we went to an exhibition which was incredibly thought-provoking. The girls were really engaged with it, Bill Viola, and it was a lot of stuff about death and life and the meaning of life and all that kind of stuff. There was something that reminded me of my nan, and I got very sad. And then we went to the cinema and we had an absolute hoot. I mean, all of us laughing out so loud. We were having an absolute laugh. And then in the car on the way back, there was no logical thinking process here where I thought, you know, I thought of that makes me sad, I feel sad. And this is, I wonder that I just felt overwhelmed by it. Unfortunately, the girls were listening to their music, Nadia was on headphones. I felt so fucking depressed.
So did you feel depressed, or were you feeling negative about things?
I can't distinguish the two.
So maybe, why don't you try the next time you feel...
I can distinguish, because you said negative about things. I wasn't thinking about things. A pall just covered me. I was just hit by a shadowy thing. And it was so negative that when I looked to the right to avoid a cyclist, I wanted to burst into tears, but I didn't because the girls are there. And if I'd have started crying, I'd have kept crying.
Well, she talked, and this is why I really want you to listen to this podcast.
That's not about wanting to be negative.
She talked about how gratitude, because that's what the podcast is about, is proven, because she suffered from depression and anxiety. Absolutely, to lift your serotonin, lift all those chemicals that you try and get from antidepressants. It works for depression and anxiety. It really, really does. Obviously, if you've got extreme clinical depression, that's a different thing. But I truly believe, because you are natural, you created your negativity because it was a defense mechanism for your tough childhood, right? But I think your soul and your essence is incredibly positive, and I really do believe that if you use this, like they say, like a practice, like you do it every single, and I'll do it with you every single day. But you see, try it, guys. I think you will change the direction in your brain.
I think negative thinking for me is like a hedge fund on the stock market. In the financial circles, you have investments and you hedge certain investments against other investments. So if one investment in a sector or area goes down, you hedge your investment and bet, if you like, by investing in something that in a corollary goes up. I've invested. Negative thinking for me is a hedge fund bet.
Yeah, you start to get frightened when you're happy, so you think I've got to be negative now because otherwise this is all. Well,
but that's bred from a childhood of constant. To be honest with you, it's from a childhood of genuine fear and worry and anxiety. Yeah. You think that if I think negatively, I can control it.
Will you promise me you'll listen to this masterclass?
Yeah, no, I will. But
it's on the Calm app, Gratitude Masterclass. Listen to it, and then let's talk again and see what...
I've got to take Maddie to drama. And then when I get back, we should read some comments out.
Oh, yeah, we've been reading some of your comments.
People think I was a bit overboard yesterday.
What do you mean?
They think they're amazed that you've managed to stop drinking.
Well, I know. You are a bloody nightmare. And I'm a bloody saint. That's what I am. I'm a bloody saint. But he's like... But he is very annoying. Aha, the Friday night delivery is here. Kiki, food delivery is here. Let's have a look. Do you want to see what we've got in our shop today? Subs. Let's get it out. Let's show. I see on YouTube that people love seeing what the Sawalha-Adderleys do it. So I thought, come on, let's be proper YouTubers and have a look at what is in our shopping. Because to be honest, I did this shop so late at night. I was so knackered. God knows what I bought. So here we go. Let's have a look.
Bloody hell, babe, you've done a shop here,
Oh, we haven't done very well. When the Sawalha-Adderleys do this, they do it all in groups.
Yeah, but darling, we're in a rush. I've got to go and keep Maddie.
The Sawalha-Adderleys are so tidy.
Yeah, but we're not tidy.
I love the Sawalha-Adderley lady.
So what are you going to do?
She would do it all nice and her hair would
So
be
do you
all
want me to
curled.
go away? Are you going to order it into piles?
No. Let's just do it. Because you know me, it will give me a headache. So let's show you what we've got. You've got 3 of these for £10, which I thought was quite good. Breaded mini fillets. That's for you. Spicy chicken tikka. Nice big chicken, so I'll make roast chicken out of that and chicken broth. Salmon. These were good. I've got 3 of these for £10. So 8 fillets for
Fish
£10.
is so expensive.
Pate. We only have it really rarely because it's so expensive. Maddie loves that with celery. Pate. Brie. No. None for you. Organic eggs. I always get organic eggs. Lots of cheese. You know what we love? Cheese with bears. Hummus. Cottage cheese.
Oh, I love cottage cheese. Am I allowed cottage cheese?
Yeah, I've got that for you. Chicken breasts. I love these chicken supremes. They're really difficult to get. So it's a chicken breast on the bone. You know, you've been enjoying those. I've been frying them in the butter and garlic. Sun bites. Those are the only crisps I let in the house. As soon as I leave the house, of course, Mark buys them Pringles.
I only ever allow Pringles, don't I, Cooks? Yeah, only Pringles. Kiki's got a stiff neck.
So we've got courgettes.
Lots
We've
of
got
veg.
broccoli. These cucumbers, guys, Middle Eastern, Mediterranean cucumbers. If you've got like near you a Middle Eastern or Mediterranean sort of shop, you know, they've often got all their fruits and veg, that stuff. Just go and buy. Kiki, come and get some cucumber, please. These, they taste so amazing. Carrots, steak, beef steak, mince. Brown rice spaghetti. I think I might have told you guys this before. Hashtag not an ad. Hashtag not getting paid for. I genuinely, really.
Free from gluten and egg.
This is an excellent product. The kids eat this without complaining.
And what's better about it?
Well, it's brown rice, so it's a whole food.
Right.
You're not using white flour,
right.
so it's really, really good for kids. These
Pancake mix.
organic oat cakes, because Kiki loves those. She has them with.
Oh, these are so good. Have you seen the advert where his head explodes? It's so appropriate.
No. Maddie's. What is she like with this, Mark?
Oh my God, she's like a maniac.
It's an addiction,
She's a
and it's
maniac.
really difficult because they're so overpriced. If anyone knows where I can get this seaweed stuff cheaper, tell me.
Well, they are Ritsu.
But why I do buy it is it means she doesn't eat Pringles, so that's why I get it. Cauliflower. I'm going to make cauliflower pizza. Check out. We've got that on one of our vlogs, haven't we? How to make cauliflower pizza. Oats. That's what Kiki has in the morning. She had oats and raisins, and if I'm mixing the bowl, I put a spoonful of ground almonds in as
See,
well.
that really excites me.
Pointed, my favourite. If you've never tried sweet
That's the shape
pointed.
of your head. Put it next to your head.
Okay, look, it's going to be my double.
Oh my God.
Oh, look what are these I got you. Mighty
Wow,
mustard.
hang on.
Do you want to try one?
The problem for me is all the food comes in, which is really exciting, and then on the first night I've eaten all the interesting bits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I go, oh, she bought thingy. Oh, she ordered thingy. And then I go to the cupboard and I've eaten it.
Every shop we have hazelnuts, walnuts, pecan nuts, almonds. I love nuts.
Macadamias, you say, are very good for you.
Macadamias are really good. Soba noodles. So with this, I'll make the kids with some leftover chicken from the Parkers.
Sober as in not sober, like not drinking, but sober.
Buckwheat, so it's not like drink. So I'll make the kids a chicken soup with noodles, sweet corn, carrots.
Oh, is that like your Wagamama dish? Oh, what's that? Oh.
Please, can you leave these for Kiki?
That sounds really
No.
interesting.
No, I'm not even
Can
showing
I just
that.
want to have a look. Prince Wales, the Prince of Wales is raisins, babe.
Yeah.
Dutchy, Prince of Wales, they're his, that's his farm. I tried to get access to his farm to film one year. We've got through the first round, but then we couldn't get any further.
And dark chocolate, and that's our shop. Oh, ham. Just show the ham.
Lovely ham.
That's it. So what's our
Bigley
next?
ham.
Jolie's,
We got Bigley ham, Bigley peppers. We're going to build ourselves a wall. We're going to make a Mexican dish. I've got to get Maddie an edit, which means there's only one person who can do this job.
That means I've got to put the shopping away. Who hates putting the shopping away? Who puts the shopping away in your household? I did for a while. It was really nice because everyone else is putting the shop away, but I've got to put a stop to that because, oh my God, it's Armageddon. Just everything just stuffed into the bloody fridges so you can't find anything. So unfortunately, it is my job from now until the end of time.
No, it's not. I like.
Yeah, but you don't put it away carefully. You just shove it anyway,
Actually, I don't. When you had your
Mark,
fridges.
last week it was a joke.
When you had, it wasn't me. It was the girls. When you had your fridges clearly delineated.
When I'm in a hurry, when I'm not here, I'm trying to get the girls to eat more eggs. They both want their hair to grow, and the way to make your hair grow is to eat more eggs.
That's true.
Also, eggs are really good for eye health. So I've bought some of this mix, buckwheat and flax, so they can mix it up themselves when I'm not here.
That's it, guys.
Otherwise I would make it.
What's that?
Chocolate rice cakes.
Ooh. So we've just been watching the news about the tragic story of the casualty actor, is he? John Hickey, or Holby City actor? John Mickey, whose daughter died at Festival concert, and her boyfriend has gone down, I think, for 8 years.
Has he got 8 years?
For manslaughter.
It's the most shocking of stories. I don't know if you remember it. They'd both gone to the festival, hadn't they? And she had willingly taken this drug, so they say. And it all went terribly wrong. Mm-hmm. And she called, and it blessed them. This was all played out in the court. Well,
apparently there was footage of her dying. I mean, that's just...
Well, she was ringing them, and he was ringing the parents, wasn't he? And then they could hear her in the background.
But he was running like mad and not being sensible. I mean, he was off his head on drugs, but he was also not being coherent with the security guards. And he both wanted to run away and help because he was on probation for something else. Yeah. So he knew that if he got caught or aligned with any of this action, so I guess the terrible fact for the parents is they'll never know to what extent his already assumed guilt, from his prior conviction and him thinking he'd get caught, how much of that sort of added to the time. There was a time delay here. If they'd have got to her, could they have saved her? One doesn't know.
The thing is, they drove all the way from North London to the festival, didn't they?
But before phoning an ambulance, is that right?
I'm not sure about that. It's all a bit hazy about that. But really, I mean, this is a tragic story. Whatever the details are, it's just so scary, isn't it, for all of us as parents? And, Maddie's going to a festival this summer. I won't say which one, but she is going to a festival this summer with a group of friends. I don't think I'll sleep a wink when she's there.
I've been to so many festivals.
I said to you, I wanted to say to you, why don't we go and stay nearby? In a hotel or something, so if she needs us, we can get there in 5 minutes.
That's not a bad suggestion. I've been to many festivals, and as we all know, I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict, and I've seen lots, and I mean lots, of disarray and chaos.
I mean, the thing is, there's just so many different situations, isn't there? I mean, whether it's that, whether it's somebody puts something in your drink, whether everybody else in your group is doing something and you left out, whether you meet somebody that you fancy and they're doing it and you want to do it. There are a million different... And lots of people would say that we're very wrong to let her to go to a festival.
Well, she is 16. It's legal. Loads of other 16-year-olds are going.
We have done our best.
We've educated her.
It's now going to be up to her. But when you see... My heart goes out to those parents. Oh, my God. They had to listen to her screaming, crying.
No, it doesn't bear thinking about.
And he was off his face, so who knows how much of it. And Maddie knows people that know this guy. I don't know why that should matter to me more, but it does.
What do you think about the punishment for him?
Okay, let's put the situation that it's one of our loved ones and it's 8 years. What would you say?
Not long enough.
Is that because of diminished responsibility he's only got 8 years? I mean, what is the charge? Because she took the drug. She wanted to take the drug.
And
for supply, so he would have gone and got it. I mean, okay, here's the thing.
To all intents and purposes,
they didn't take that drug
to die
with him wanting her to die.
No.
So he didn't murder her.
Which is why it's manslaughter.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's not a bad idea that we are camped out in a Premier Inn. nearby. Seriously, take Kiki to some nice theme park with a friend. And I just say, work happens to have meant that we're just staying
What if
in
Maddie watches this
Work
vlog?
happens to mean that we're staying in a local area. If you need anything, give us a shout.
We don't need to tell her that. We can just say, call us if you ever need anything, then she'll think we're at home and then we'll just be around.
Yeah, but she might not call us because she'll think we're... Here's the other thing that we do say, and we've said to all of our kids, Izzy, Fleur, all of them. Do not ever, in any set of circumstances, feel like you can't call us
if something's
going wrong. Because imagine being the kind of parents that have put such a red line in the sand about drugs that you're sitting there with someone palpitating and falling apart, and you think the last thing I do if I phone my mum and dad is they're going to kill me. It's, you've got to get past that. There's definitely going to be a point further down the line where you say, right, what the fuck are we going to learn from this situation? And how did we get into it and how do we avoid it? But the first thing you've got to say to your kids, you've got to have a relationship with your kids that if they go away to these things...
they're not going to be too scared to call you if they're in trouble. They're not going to be too scared.
And I do think...
It's a difficult balance,
isn't it? It's a difficult balance, but I do think it's one of the few advantages of having an ex-addict alcoholic in the family. Because they know, they know that I know, they know that I've been there, they know that it wrecked my life. So they have a salutary cautionary tale.
You've got a good life.
No, but it wrecked my life. I had a rock bottom, but thank God it wrecked my life when it did. Otherwise, I'd still be wrecking it. So I do think that that's one of those rare occasions. I do remember Izzy saying to me, Dad, it really helps knowing that you won't stand in judgment as soon as I pick up the phone. So I do feel I could pick up the phone.
First thing I would say is, where are you? Don't worry.
What's the situation? Exactly.
We want them to be the first people they call.
I might buy one of those. I don't think we should stay in a Premier Inn. I think we should buy a tent.
I think we should get a tent.
I might sign up with the security team.
Let's.
What about the security team for the festival?
Let's buy tickets and go to the festival. Don't worry, Maddie. We won't do that. Oh my God! As I'm putting this stuff in, I know I'm not going to be able to find anything.
Dave, it's gone. It's like the dark hole of, oh my God, stuff's coming off. Oh, it's all falling down the back.
Oh God. Oh God, there's so much spaghetti behind there.
I'm just going to have a look with the camera down the back.
Oh God.
Oh my God, what's happening there?
It's just where stuff falls off.
Maybe there's a nest of rats.
No, they can't get in.
God, it's really, we need logic because we need to put stuff at the... Is this the best use of this top shelf?
Well, yeah, because that's all the baking stuff that I hardly ever use.
So what are we going to do? We're going to do this weekend. Why don't we do it this weekend?
Do what?
Completely get everything out of there. I'm almost a shopper, can't speak saying it. No. Oh, babe, look, it's all getting a bit... This is what happens. You're trying to put stuff away and nothing changes. Why don't you just let me do it? We've got to do something
with this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, should we tomorrow what do you think, Sub? Should we take it all out? Give me some tips on how I can make this. Yeah. Oh my God, who's put that in there? Oh, it should have gone in the fridge.
You have very odd places for things, babes. Yeah, ask our subs actually, because they're very good. You're very good subs at knowing how.
They're going to say take it all out.
Yeah, look, that's just balancing. Is that sauerkraut? Yeah. Just balancing like that. What the hell?
Okay, well, we'll do it tomorrow.
Well, careful. Babe, above you, look!
Oh, God.
There you go. That's our
There's no point me putting any of this dry stuff away because I'm going to take it all out.
That's right. What do you think, Toff? Nothing to eat in there, is there? Not interesting.
Because Mark does so much more for YouTube than I do, he does all the editing, I tend to read the comments and answer the comments. So basically, 9 times out of 10, when you've got a comment answered, it's by me. But I do often read comments out to Mark when he's doing other stuff. But he's been through them this evening. He's picked out some ones.
Well, I picked out some comments from yesterday's, which I think take sort of, they're very sympathetic towards you, actually. Yeah, one of the comments, I think I might have pushed it last night. Do you know what I'm saying? With irritating you.
So are you going to start again now?
No. That's it. Just the head. That makes me look like Mark Wahlberg when I do that. I quite like it.
No, it doesn't, darling. It makes you look like Norman Wisdom. I'm going to be honest.
Someone said you're the Frank Spencer of...
Yeah, you're like Frank Spencer
all right,
mixed with Norman Wisdom, but unshaven.
Oh, God, okay. Does anyone like a little bit of stubble on them?
But nobody else lives with you. Why are you asking them if they like you?
Well, that's the subject of some of these posts.
What?
So no.
Hang on. I'm just going to put this on the tripod.
Okay, so the first one is from Scooby B. Have to say, Nadia, I think sometimes you get a hard time because quite a few people were saying that you were a bit short with me and you're a bit sort of snappy with me and you're a bit moody with me. But that's because I'm bloody irritating. And I know that because I immediately go, I don't get a real sense of how irritating I am until I edit it.
Well, then all of this YouTube experience has been worth it.
Yeah. And then
I wonder that, if you actually ever see how much you, Maddie and Kiki go on and on about.
Yeah, I totally do. And I think there are times where we unfairly, it's always light-heartedly. We would never do it maliciously. But I think we unfairly gang up on you a little bit. And I don't like it.
Yeah, just
No. But when I see it, I don't like it. And I think, oh, well, I won't do that again.
Stop you doing it, though.
No, I know. I need to put it into action. But Scooby D says, Scooby B, you get a hard time being short, but I'd have struggled not to scream at him during this video when he wouldn't leave you alone. I do go for comic effect a few times. I kind of know, there is a line in the sand though that I know I can't cross.
Well, usually when I go, please, for the love of God, Mark, can you please stop? You would never hear that. You would just hear, morning.
Sorry?
It's like you don't hear it.
Say what? Cara Blears.
By the way, you don't know I had a cervical smear on television today.
What, did they show your fanny?
No, of course they didn't. But I filmed the whole thing on a selfie stick and it was put on Loose Women today.
What do you want? An award? Was it in focus? Did you film your fanny
Actually,
or someone else's?
It was quite good.
Was it yours or someone else's?
Good.
Did you get it in shot? Mind you, it's quite big, so you can get it in shot.
I thought you were going to stop.
Oh, Nadia, Cara Blears, huge hug. I felt your reluctance to sort the drawer and how it must be disheartening that you have a tidy room, then turn around and it's a disorganised one again. If you do, you see the Speakmans, anyone else, I wish you heaps of luck. Just remember, it in no way makes you a bad person or that you're failing in any way. Do you feel a bad person for not being able to clean your room?
I was talking to Carol McGiffin about it today, actually, and I said, because it's interesting what because they didn't have time to sort of do me, and I think I might go to them if they'll see me. Part of why I do it is it's a place to put my anxiety. It's a place to put my worry.
The mess?
You know, yeah, because I can always be worrying about the mess and it distracts me from other worry. That's why I sabotage it. Every time I tidy it, I sabotage. Like I'm thinking, that's really tidy. Why are you just dumping that case in there? As I'm doing, I dump the case in, I do it anyway. I was talking to Christine as well about it because she's desperate to come around and clear it up. And I said, Christine, it won't make any difference because she goes, also, you're having the thought process. I said, I'm absolutely having the thought process, but I'm just doing it anyway. You
have a weird thing. It's like, I'm not talking about, because I know you take the burden of responsibility in the kitchen, but it would be like my entire responsibility is driving all the family around everywhere. It would be like me never shutting the door of my car properly. Why don't you just put the tops on things? Or shut drawers when you've opened them. It's not
sabotage.
There's the messiness that comes with whatever dish you've cooked. That makes sense. But then there's another level to the messiness that could be totally quickly avoided, which is lids and drawers. You leave all the drawers open.
I know.
I mean, sometimes I come down, it looks like someone's burgled the house and rummaged every drawer, and you just leave them. I think, why didn't she just shut them?
Years ago, my sister and I came back to my parents' house, and we realised that there was burglars. The burglars had been, and actually there was burglars still upstairs. Can you believe I ran upstairs to scare the burglars?
God, you're mad. You're brave.
I could hear them.
Brave or stupid?
And they came running down. They came running down the stairs. But in the meantime, my sister had called the police. Anyway, so then the police came. They broke in. Blah blah blah. Cut a long story short, they'd gone all around the house, and then they came back and they said, "Well, it doesn't seem like they've gone here, 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 here. But I'm really, really sorry. They've gone into that room next door, and it is." Horrendous. Prepare yourselves. I thought, oh my God, what have they done? Have they smeared shit on the walls? Have they broken windows? And I walked in, and it was just like my room. And
it was just your room.
And I went, because all the drawers were open, everything was hanging out.
Oh, right.
And I went to the police. What?
Oh.
Like, what? And they were just standing like this, looking shocked and horrified. Then I realised that it was just my mess.
I remember as a young boy, we got burgled in the flat twice in Notting Hill Gate, and one time, I was so upset, I had a tin money box into which I put pennies and 2p's, and it was all my football sticker money. They'd taken that, so it couldn't have had more than £10 in it. But the worst thing was, I remember my mum squealing because she went to put her foot into one of her shoes, and they'd taken a shit in her shoe.
No.
Yeah, and she put her foot in it. And I remember that.
Joking?
No, that really, really scarred me as a kid.
That is disgusting. disgusting.
Because all I couldn't lose for most of my childhood, actually, in that flat was the image of a man
please,
straining into her shoe.
Right, okay, can we stop now? It always has to end up with poo with you.
No, it doesn't.
Like a 7-year-old. Mark, you've just told another poo story. Do not put that in.
But it was a real one.
Do not put that in, I'm telling you. Because you do it too much. It's not funny. You think you're big, you think you're clever.
I was sharing my one burglary story. It was really distressing for all of us. Love Mark's ramblings, so refreshing. We are so narrow in our thinking. It's great to just look at things differently. Thank you, Amanda Baker.
I love the way you've chosen a comment.
Yeah, that's the only one.
How wonderful
hang on, do you want the next one? Lulu K says, if you want balance, which is what we're about here at the BBB.
Balance.
Nadia is very patient with Mark, and people have to realise we don't see the dark side
with
Mark's depression that she goes through, and yet she still loves him. Jan Endovitz, I didn't turn you off, Mark. I found it interesting. Nadia, you're so tolerant when Mark is like an excitable 9-year-old. I think I would have had to go out to get away from him at one point. Got to say, though, and I've said this before, you are so funny, Mark. I'm laughing all the time when you're messing about. I'm glad you discussed the number thing, as it made me feel better about being a reasonably intelligent person who struggles to tell the time. This has resonated with an awful lot of people, and I'm really pleased that I went on. Because it really has. I do think a lot of people feel stigmatised, that they can be very, in inverted commas, intelligent in some areas, but because they can't get sort of something seemingly simple, the seemingly...
Is that the problem with so much of what we think about life? You know, we just want to be happy. We just want to be successful. And everything is made up of many parts. You can be incredibly intelligent, intellectual, whatever, and have many things that you can't do. And it's... We're so hard on ourselves, aren't we?
Max Licks Williamy says it's dyscalculia, actually, not dyscalculus.
Yeah, dyscalculia.
I know because I have it. It can also lead to depression and anxiety, as it did in my case, purely down to societal restrictions being placed on us to conform to some arbitrary norm. It also says, my drawers are like that. I always thought that was normal. This is interesting. You'll like this, Nads. Did it occur to you that Nadia is acting crazy because you're making her so?
Thank you.
Telling your own wife she's not her. So amazed she's resisted alcohol so long,
telling
living
her
with you.
That she's not her.
I mean, that would drive anyone
go
to...
on and on.
But it was a genuine... I was worried I was having a sort of split personality moment. I was worried I couldn't read the world. It's enough to drive her to the loony bin, living with you. I'm the one crushing on Mark.
Yay!
Hi, Dawny K.
Hi, Dawny. Would you like him to come and live with you? Then he could annoy you instead of me.
Dawny K goes on to say, I love when he goes on a tangent. I'm good at tangents. I do a lot of tangents. He has a real artist's brain. Always curious, thinking, questioning, pondering, creating. Love you, Nadia, too. You're perfect and gorgeous. But, there's an afterthought. I thought, thank you very much, Dawny K. See, I have a creative, inquiring mind. So that's Friday for you.
Happy home time.
Happy home time.